Do you notice the lapels when you buy a jacket or a blazer or a suit? Apart from, oh, this looks nice, is this something that you notice? Do you really see them? The shape, the line, the edges, the size? Probably not. The lapels are all about their lines. Are they wide? Are they short? Where do they start? Where do they stop? What are the edges like? Do they even have edges? Are they curved? Do they cross over when you close them? These things all affect how it will sit on your body. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn about the lapels. This is wardrobe forensics. Here's the thing about lapels. Everyone talks about them like they're three: peak, notched, shawl. Google it, there's your information, goodbye. That's not reading a lapel, that's naming it. Naming it is not seeing it. A lapel is a set of lines sitting directly under your face. They have an edge. Is it sharp? Is it curved? Does it have a point? Or does it not? It has a width. It has a direction. It sends the eye somewhere. Where is it sending it to? And when the jacket closes, it either meets in the middle or crosses over your body. Every one of those is a line decision, and your body has lines too. And whether those two sets of lines speak the same language is the whole reason we're doing this. It's not about which lapel is in fashion, it's about whether the lines of the lapel and the lines of your body agree. So let's read them, one line at a time. First line, the edge. Run your eye from the outer line of the lapel from collar to button. On some jackets, that edge is drawn with a ruler. Dead straight, pressed crisp, a knife line. On others, it curves gently outwards and back in. Same width, same style name, completely different line. Why does this matter? Because that edge is sitting next to your jaw, your shoulder line, your neck, and your face. And your body drew those lines first. If your lines are sharp, an angular jaw, a defined shoulder point, a sharp, straight edge echoes you. The jacket repeats what your body is already saying. That's alignment, and that's when the jacket looks like it was made for you. If your lines are curved, a softer jaw, a rounded shoulder, that same knife edge argues against you. It doesn't echo your lines. The jacket says angle, and your body says curve. And your eye can feel the disagreement even without naming it. That's when a blazer looks like it wasn't made for you, because it wasn't. And it can look too severe, which it's not. It's just not speaking the language of your body. And the reverse is just as real. A soft curved lapel on an angular body is fighting the frame. The jacket is saying curve, and that body is saying angular. So sharp echoes sharp, and curve echoes curve. Second line, the point. This is where the notch, peak, and shawl actually mean something, not as names, as direction. The notch, the little triangular cut where the lapel meets the collar, is neutral. It points gently outwards, and it doesn't push the eye anywhere hard. That's why it's on everything. It's the lapel equivalent of a full stop. The peak points up. The tip angles up and out towards your shoulder. It's a direction, an arrow almost. Now, think about what's up there, your shoulder and your face. A peak on a sharp defined shoulder is an arrow pointing to a line that already exists. A peak on a soft shoulder is pointing at something that isn't there. The lapel promises an angle your body doesn't deliver. And the whole jacket fights your frame. The shawl doesn't point at all. It's one continuous curve from collar to button. No cut, no corner, it's the roundest line tailoring makes. On curve, it's fluent. It speaks with the curves of the body. On a very angular frame, it looks unfinished, like the lines don't match, because they don't. One more detail while you're here, because that will give you an extra edge when you're trying and buying jackets. Look at how high the notch sits. That meeting point of collar and lapel is called the gorge. A high gorge, up near the collarbone, lifts the whole line upwards. making it longer, more vertical. A low gauge drops it and shortens the line. So bear in mind your neck size and where the gauge is sitting and whether they match. Third line is width. Lapels live between your shoulders and under your face. So on a frame with width, they balance. On a narrow frame, the wide lapel will take over the entire space. And the eye sees the lapel, then the jacket, then if you're lucky, you. Wrong order. We've discussed this. Here's another point. The size of the lapel interacts with the size of your features, your jaw and your jawline, and even your glasses. A wide, heavy lapel sitting under a face that's delicate with smaller features will completely overwhelm the face. The same lapel under stronger, wider features matches. That's why power jackets make one woman look like power and another woman look like she's standing behind a jacket. The lapel frames the face, and the frame should never be seen before the picture. And because I know you want a number, here's the old rule of thumb for tailoring. The lapel should reach roughly halfway between your collar and your shoulder point. Halfway. Short of that reads slim, past it reads wide. So stand in the mirror, find the midpoint, and see where the lapel ends. And suddenly, you have a measurement for when you feel something is off. And the fourth line is what happens when you close the jacket. A single-breasted jacket closes at a point. The two lapel lines run down and meet. A V, a vertical event. Whatever else it's doing, it's drawing a vertical line down your body. A double-breasted jacket crosses over. One panel travels across your body to the other side. That's a diagonal line across your chest, plus an extra row of buttons. It adds width, it adds fill, and it closes the neck space earlier and harder. So the crossover is doing two things at once, and you need to want both. None of this is don't wear it. All of it is know what it's saying before it says it for you. And the last option, no lapel at all, a collarless jacket. No lines pointing anywhere, the jacket becomes a pure neckline, whatever shape the collar edge cuts. On some frames, that looks finished, clean. On others, it looks unfinished, depending on the lines of your body. Your lines decide which. It fills the front, so if you remember the hand test, that's a decision about your neck space. The diagonal line across the chest broadens the entire area. So a vertical frame can carry that width. An already wide frame is piling width on top of width, therefore increasing the space. And then we have depth, the V, and where it closes. So the lapel line is a neckline. A low button is a deep V. It opens the space. A high button fills the space. Add it to whatever you're wearing underneath because they're one system. So open and open is a lot of space, and filled is very closed. For short necks, that long open lapel is your friend. For a longer neck, you can close higher and carry it. Your hand test applies to your tailoring. That's the whole point of building this case by case. But there's one more depth detail that you need to know, where the V ends relative to your bust line. If the lapel breaks right at the bust point, the fullest part, the garment's focal point, and your body's widest part lands at exactly the same place. So breaking either above or below it separates the two and calms the entire area down. Same jacket, one button position apart, completely different results. So the next time you pick up a jacket or a coat or a suit, before you look at the mirror, assess the lapel carefully. Number 1, the edge. Is it straight or is it curved? And what do the lines of your body say? And make sure that the two match. Number 2, the point. Out, up, or around. And if it points up, make sure that there's a shoulder line for it to land on. Number 3, the width. How wide are the lapels? Do they overpower your frame? Does the width of the lapels match the width of your frame? And number 4, the closure. Is it meeting at a point or is it crossing over? Is it horizontal or vertical? And what does it do to your neck space? And one more, the flat test. Are the lapels laying flat across your chest or are they lifting away from you? Sit down, cross your arms and see what happens. A gaping lapel is not a style problem.
it means the jacket is not for you. That's the evidence. 4 lines, a flat test, 30 seconds, and you won't look at lapels the same way again. You won't just look at a jacket and think, oh, that's pretty, I'll buy that. No, you'll be able to assess the lapels, make sure that the lines match your body, and therefore the jacket will look like it's been made for you. And when a jacket fails your line test, and plenty will, put it down and walk away. There are plenty of jackets, coats, and suits out there that are made for exactly your lines. And those are the ones that we are looking for. And now you'll be able to recognize them. Not by the brand, not by the price, but by the lines. Because here's what I actually want from this one. Most people go their whole lives looking at tailoring like it's a vibe. Oh, this looks expensive. This is expensive. This matches what I should be wearing. And then you stand in front of a mirror wondering why this beautiful, expensive jacket doesn't look right on you. And now you can read the actual lines that have always been there in plain sight, deciding everything. When the lines agree, nobody even notices the lapels, they notice you, and that's the whole point. You are the main character, not your clothes. People just see a more elevated, defined version of you. The lapels point at your face and then get out of the way. You arrive first, and then the clothes. Because clothes fail bodies, bodies don't fail clothes. Next case, we'll go deeper into the necklines. We'll assess the different variables that also affect your neck space. So for short, balanced, and long necks, we'll go into the accessories, into your haircut, and into jewelry that will either fight your frame or work with it. Now go look at your closet like a crime scene. Assess every lapel that you own. Edge, point, width, closure. Run the flat test and you'll know which jacket was actually meant to be yours. Subscribe and I'll see you on Wednesday. Your wardrobe asked me to mention this. Thank me later.